want to go to the office this morning. Just engage gear 5. I'm going to sit at owner's. God will not do it because you have driver's license. that you can do, God will not do for you. Jesus knew that if they could bring a dead person back alive, they would have done it. He said, so I will help you in the area where you can't help yourself. This one is only for gods. And that is why he called us God. So that even now, when there is a fresh dead, we can bring them back alive. Now we can do it because we are following his example. But that time it was not possible. So they needed a Jesus. But in doing that, they must have done their own, which is to roll away the stone. So Africa potential will become a reality when we go back to research and development. But that's not what we are putting our budget on. Significant portion go to pilgrimages. Significant portion. So we are going somewhere. Wisdom is that principal thing. So when you look at countries of the world, you measure them based on their wealth. And what are the things that makes their wealth? So which country do you think is perhaps among the most powerful or the most powerful? We can just highlight 5 or 3 of them. Which one? China, yes. Which other one? Austria. Russia. China. What happened to the US? China, Russia, France, yes, and Japan. But I was thinking that France and Japan, they are not as big as the population of Nigeria. I was also thinking that India is more populous perhaps than the entire Africa, or maybe at par. It is not about the population. It is about what the people can do. It's not about having staff. It's about the result your staff can deliver. It's not about having 2 chambers, upper chamber, lower chamber, and middle chamber. In the assembly, it is about quality laws they will formulate. So when you look at one sector, before we narrow down to our country, and we start seeing what people are not seeing that is taking them away. Because there are things people are not seeing. Anytime I travel, I see foreigners come back with me to my country. But I see my country, my people wanting to go out. There is something they are seeing that we are not seeing. I know there is insecurity here. But you don't want to stand anyhow on the street of America. One guy with gun, with license, can just start spraying everywhere. It's his birthday. I'm not sure that is popular here. The guy is his birthday. He wants to enjoy. Just spray everywhere. Me, our head not be there that day. Let's look at sector. Agriculture. You see, if we put our hands, our hearts to number our days, wisdom will come. During COVID, I was in my house. Son of man could not do anything other than to fold his arm and be waiting for Buhari, praying that his mind will change. You cannot get just like this. But I realize that some persons are working. They are called essential workers. So I said, so as I am now, I'm inferior. Something is wrong somewhere. I was not an essential worker. People were working, moving things. I started seeing food, rice. I say, oh, I remember Habakkuk. Your men shall drink. Then your old man shall. I need to have a new vision. I said, no. What's wrong with me here? I need to have a new vision. Then I felt, hold on. What is wrong here? Is it COVID? Or I've narrowed my mind, so I have to take responsibility. I have not seen well. I need to see again. What if there is war? What if? That's an example. COVID is an example. What if there is war? What do we do? We therefore said there is opportunity in agriculture. I just use that as an example. An opportunity. Then I plugged into the opportunity. Into what? Production of food. Today we produce food that people, I don't need to be there. I don't have to be there. I will also show us what Jesus did, that as Christians is perhaps one of the reasons why our businesses and our work seems to be going up and down. It's actually in the scripture. So look at agriculture. Apart from agriculture, because before I now come to us, because there were questions that I answered correctly or fairly before we now launch completely into that sector. Technology. Between US, China, Nigeria, France, and Japan, which is number one? Technology. Huh? The US. After that, China. Let me come to us. Someone help me, sir, with the mic. What do you do and which sector are you? I told my friend that year, 2014 or 2013, I said, this economy may go down with the pattern I'm seeing. With the pattern, I didn't see it spiritually. I saw it as an economist. You know, men of Issachar, they did what? They understand time and season. I said, with this pattern I'm seeing, we have to be careful here. This pattern. Because there is nothing sustaining that growth. So if the global oil price comes down, everything will fall flat. And that's what happened. So by the time it falls flat, what will people be interested in doing? So I need to now go and position myself there. As it fell, everybody wanted to come. And I happened to play in the sector where everybody wanted to play at that time. In the city. So the question is, what do you do? Which sector are you? Maybe I shouldn't say, what do you do? Which sector are you? So that we can see. And I hope you will not be offended. Which sector are you? Anybody? Thank you, ma. Ma? Banking. What is the size of banking in Nigeria? So here is it now. What is the size? You must know the size. There are three questions I have. Banking. What is the size? Who is the wealthiest person there? Tony Elumelu. And he's also the fashionista. But what is the size of the bank? You need to look at it, madam. So if you know the size must be interesting. When I look at the sector I was before, the size was less than $1 billion, but we had sweet mouth. Sweet mouth, no money. So we package it. That's number one. Number two, the big boys, I knew them. They were not billionaires. I said, God. They said, show me your friend, I will. It's not correct. It is show me your friend, I will show you your future. Because if your friend laughs, One day, you also laugh like that in your future. So when I saw the big boys, and I saw that they were not, because I have a dream. My dream is to help 1 million people out of poverty. So I cannot be broke and broken and help 1 million people. So I must find a way to access the wealth of the nation. It is from accessing the wealth of the nation I become a distributor. He cannot give me an assignment in Matthew 25 and I go back and I tell him, I give him an excuse for not meeting up with the assignment. So we must know the size. Number two, we must know the biggest boy, then we must know the major competitors. Who are the major competitors? Is anybody in IT here? Do we have any app developer in church today? Do we have any real estate person in church today? Real estate. Or somebody that play around it. See, these are free sectors. That's where the monies are. When I say real estate, somebody building house, building shops. Anybody? Okay, so what do we do? I need to know us. It's important. What do we do? Anybody? I will call somebody. I will call 3 people. The brother. Yes, I've called you already. I've already called you already. What do you do? I'll call 2 more people.
Okay, so the major thing I do is development work.
Nice.
So I work I do research.
Nice. Who is the biggest? I mean, what's the size of development work?
It's a very big space, but I don't know. I can't.
I agree with you.
That's all the dollars that everybody brings from everywhere to develop the country.
Please clap for him. He understood my question. All the dollars everybody bring, but go online. You will find an estimate. The size. Which company is in there? Okay, so now, sir, thank you so much, sir. Now, here is it, sir. You must know what you want if you're in that sector to access the wealth of that sector. Bible says, follow after those who through what? Faith, diligence, and patience have received the promise. So people that are doing well there, it is not wrong for us to learn their systems, their structures. Do you understand, sir? That's why I asked, who is the most successful person there?
Okay, so I think one thing that is happening now is most people are setting up their own systems so that they can access these funds.
Yes. But in accessing the fund, we need to ask. You see, for some people, they also need to have presence elsewhere. Because what most international community think is that these are local. You know, you have to just partner with an that's a good way to start. But in starting, you mustn't stay, by just having something within a space or something small, or just partnering with one or few persons. But by expanding your scope deliberately, sir, and also peep into what other guys are doing, not to copy them, but to learn the system that deliver results to them so that you can also have similar results. Please, let's put our hands together for him. So who again wants to tell us, what do you do? What do you do? I want someone to volunteer. A lady. Okay, ma. Let's see hello, sir. The madam in black, she was looking at the back, hoping someone will volunteer. So I nominate you. I've nominated her now.
I think I'm in the hospitality business.
Fantastic. Hospitality is part of tourism. And the size of tourism was how much? $13 billion globally. And Nigeria is eyeing 10% of 13 billion. Okay, you are the next, Abi. 13 billion is Nigeria is earning 10%, which is $1.3 billion. Madam, convert it to naira. So what is your portion? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying make the whole 1.3. I'm saying from that 1.3 billion, what do you want to make? When you have a vision, a target, it will now tell you that you need to learn new things that you may not know, or you need to have new partners that you may not have right now. You need to open your eyes to new things that you may not have right now. I don't know if you are together. So, I saw your hand.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, ma'am.
Into the beauty and cosmetic industry. It's one of the fastest growing industry right now, and it's valued at 380 billion.
Naira.
Yes. No, dollars.
$3 million.
380 billion.
Billion. Because that industry is actually bigger in Nigeria than oil and gas. Yes. Hold on. What do you call your industry?
Cosmetic and beauty.
Okay. If you check, how much is a barrel of crude oil? 1 barrel. You can Google it. We are not in church yet. You can Google it. You can Google it. How much is a barrel of crude oil? Sorry, how much is a barrel of crude oil? How much is a barrel? 1 barrel of oil today is popular. Brent crude. Nigerian oil is called Bonny Light. $67.99. Which exchange day should we use? Parallel market or official rate? Parallel market we can say 750 or yes, official we can say 470 or 460. Which one should we use? Use any of the two. How much do they sell with Von? Madam, we are waiting. You are the one to help us. You said who calculated it? You are the one. So you times just multiply. We will come back. 31. How much is with Von? Wait. Mary Kay. Pancake. Underline. Or is it underliner? Foundation. Oh, God will bless you, man. Foundation. Wristwatch. Nice pendants. Beautification is what we are talking about. Lipsticks. Human hair. Wig. Bone straight. If you want to bone straight, now I'm bowing anyhow. So if I want to bone straight, how much will it take me to bone straight? How much?
About $1 million there.
About
$1 million. Maybe at
hold on, madam. Hold on. No. We have madam, she's our accountant. She works with the bank. You get 30 what? So do this for me. I'm an economist. 1 million divided by that figure. 1 million divided by the figure. I want you to see something. So when we say that beautification and cost and oil and gas, we see it now. Which means that anybody that put on bone straight is carrying 32 barrels of oil. 32 barrels of oil is what you are carrying. That is it. You carry barrels of oil. What are we even producing? I didn't say it though. Sir, I've not spoken about the clothes. I've not spoken about the clothes. Oh. You see some shoes, 120,000. How many barrels of oil? That's about 4 barrels. You are carrying barrels of oil. Barrel is not gallon, no. Barrel. You are carrying barrels of oil around. So which is bigger? You are in a fantastic industry. What you just need to know is beyond makeup. How do you make over? How do you make over from makeup? That's where the money is. 2, how many weddings are happening in Kaduna? And how will you be on retainership? That if you must marry, you must make up. Because we must not see the lady the way she is on the wedding day. Something must change. Do you want to be the person making the change? And your change must be real change. Oh. Are we together here? So the money is in sectors. And then somebody told me, but I saw one woman in our street. She was selling guguru, and after guguru, she had epa, and there's something to eat. Before you know it, she built a house. I said, hold on. This is the problem I have. Bible says, out of the mouth of two or a truth shall be. You are the only one that know the woman. Me, I've never met anyone. And the kind of house, is it a kind of house you want to live in? So there are sectors. The sector you belong to, I've used some examples now. And you know the good news, you can change your sector. Let me tell you a story of someone. Maybe I shouldn't say it, but I will say it. This person came to our factory and he overheard how a buyer paid 19.2 million naira for one truck of rice. And the person said, don't worry, I'm coming again. That was on Tuesday. I'm coming again on Friday to pay 1 point. He said, bro, Paul, let me remove bro from your name. Forget that you are bro. Paulo, did you collect the money? I said, I collected this. He said, you collect the money. He said, it's 6 years of studying pharmacy is a waste. He said, because I have never seen that kind of money before in my entire life. I said, but this is just one trailer. We can produce multiple trailers. He said, He said, I want to beg you. Can you take away all this my years of studying nonsense? I said, but nothing is wrong with the pharmacy. Nothing is wrong with it. It is as far as your eyes can see. Who says Nigeria is broke? Who says it is as far as your eyes can see? I was in an industry that when we go somewhere and we're able to sell a few books, they give us honorarium, we are fine. The entire size of the industry was very low. But we were impacting life. That's the truth. These were people that were deliberately lifting men. But I asked myself, if you are in the well, if you are in a well, you cannot rescue another person from the well. And I will tell you the truth. A friend of mine, that we were doing this together, I remember there was a time I was teaching people financial mastery. I don't know if I say it here many years ago. And when I started teaching them, I taught them first. After my session, I was now introducing my book or my CD to them. So he was the next speaker after me. So he picked the CD. He said, follow. I said, Chama. He said, church. I said, church, Living Spring Church. He said, before you buy this CD, first of all, tell Paul to go and listen to it. Can it be worse than that? He said, before you listen to this CD, tell him to go and... But he was right. You know, I'd like to tell myself the truth. He was right. He said, because if your CD will truly impact life, why has it not impacted you? That's a realm of truth. But today, he now said, please, can I have those CDs you gave that time? The CDs you took. I said, I had many CDs. As a matter of fact, I'm not selling them. I'm giving them out. I wrote this in my book. the journey to becoming, because I've not arrived. I'm still on a journey of becoming. My next birthday, by God's grace, it will be launched. So that you don't see yourself as you have arrived. You are a project in the hand of God. Oh, you are a man on a mission. You have not arrived. You don't have anything. All that you have, God gave. All God gave. We are men on a mission. But the man was right. Look at myself. It did not look like it. It took a man to realize that, oh, 2 weeks ago he had this problem. It is the pin I need to put inside. So the first thing I removed my suit, I rolled my white sleeve, and parishioner church members, they were now the one helping me to put torchlight to put it. That was on a Friday. On Saturday, the hall was filled on Friday. As a matter of fact, I was not the guest. I was the assistant escort guest. Because they asked the man that was invited if he could speak on financial mercy. He said no. He said, but I know one boy. He's an economist. Firebrand, bring him. So I was brought. After speaking, I could see everybody say, I know what to do now. Now, I know what to do. I know what to do. But when they went outside one after the other, they did not come on Saturday. The number reduced to less than 1/3. You know, I will tell you the truth. It's important I show you wounds so that you don't think that there are no scars or you are the only one passing through it. The number reduced 1/3. The man of God is a man of spirit. He knew what was happening. He said, you people, my church member, I will set you up. When I finish, so on Saturday, he told the man he brought not to speak. That he wants me to speak. I said, but this man is my organ now. Let's share the time, sir. He said, okay, share the time. After the presentation, I was in my house in the evening, preparing for church on Sunday. He said, the Spirit of God told me now that you will come and preach to us on Sunday. I said, the people that my car. I didn't tell the pastor. The pastor knew what was going on. I didn't know it. The church member. So on Sunday they said, pastor, we never share platform with anybody. So on Sunday I came, I sat. I even sat at the back. He said, Paul Alaje, is he here? I raised my hand. He said, come and sit down here. He said, many of you did not come on Saturday because his car had issue. Unfortunately for you, he's here. Oh. I'm not going to preach today. What am I saying? Sometimes we go low to come up. Don't be ashamed of going low. Don't be afraid of it. Go and ask anybody that have financial wealth or prosperity. They will have a story, except Yahoo Yahoo. But if it is genuine, God will take them through a path. It's a must. It's part of the lesson. It's not going to be that after you do this, and you now come out of the university, therefore you just became. It's not doesn't work like that. You must learn on the street of life. You must learn. You must learn. Sometimes the pain is so tough. Sometimes the pain is unbearable. Do you know that it is in that process of teaching and talking on Tuesday, somebody I did not know told the man, I showed up. He said, you know what? I love your consistency and your faith. Take 10 million naira. I learned nothing. My first 10 million in Abuja. It was from that horrible experience. He said, I don't know what you are going to do with it. But you seem to have too many ideas. I don't have. I just have money. Take 10 million. In the next 1 year, bring it back for me. So I turned myself to a reporting officer. I I called everybody. Somebody gave me 10 million naira. Somebody gave me this one. I was started reporting myself to everybody. Because when you have money that you have not seen before, some behavior that you never had will show up. Some behaviors will just show up. But when you have surrounded yourself with mentors, some will call every week. Alpha, what's going on with that money? Someone else's money. 9 months the man called. Paul, sorry, something came up. Can I quickly have that money back? I said, no problem, sir. Send the money to him. Gave him an addition. He did not talk. He has seen some growth in town, and he has heard some things about me in town. So he was expecting the thing to shake. It did not shake. The things were going steadily. 6 months after, he called me. Like I told you, I spotted you. Now I'm going to give you 25 million. I said, eh? He said, this time I will introduce people to you. I said, you have money. He said, you have 20 million. That's the man to give you. You don't need that money. Go and give him. I said, I don't understand. He said, he knows he doesn't need it. What are you doing with money? He said, just in my account. Those bankers will just give that boy. Sir, 20 million. The one with 20 million said, I just had one deal last week. I don't know what to do with the money. Give him. The word of Gentiles. Go back to Isaiah. But all of those came from the place of prayer. They came from a place of prayer. He said, kings, we bring their wealth to you. Who are kings? Kings are not the one in Yoruba land that will carry something. Those guys don't have anything. So where will they get the wealth? We are talking of captains of industry. In case you don't know the people I'm talking, they have strong businesses. So what are you speaking to your own future? And they must have seen your skill. So you speak, you have skill to defend what you are saying. And when God gives you small instruction, very little instruction, will you be willing to carry it out? You also need to pray that this your leg will just carry you to where you should be. Remember, I was not the main speaker. I was not. If somebody said there is no God, the person, something is wrong. That singular experience shaped me from where I was to where I'm supposed to be. I'll share another experience with you. It's in my book. I was in the office, my small office. I just started the office. I just started business actually that time, 2015. I think 2015, yeah. So we have started seeing some little increase. Money that is my own very money, that is profit, so put together for the first time in Abuja, the thing hit 1 million. For the first time. I was very happy. I told my wife, I said, come on, 1 million together. So I checked the account. I went to ATM, checked the account. Balance. I did not withdraw money. Balance. 1 million. He said, give me 5,000 naira there. I just withdrew. I gave her 5,000. I said, let me check the balance. 99506. It's true. You were able to get that money. Not people's money, oh. Your own money. Wow. I was celebrating it. The next thing you see after major celebration is test. I was just in the office. That was in the morning. I was in the office, and a man that I know very well, we attend the same assembly, the same church. He just called me because they have a nickname for me in church. It's Prof. He said, Prof, can you just... Sorry, it's a nickname they give me from university. Because I like to teach tutorials. Anywhere I see people, you must pass. You can't come to Ife and go and fail and waste your parents' money. You know? You can't go and waste people's money. So as I was there, the man said, I need money. I don't have anything on me. And Madam, day house, no food. I said, MOG, you need money. He said, me, I have money. I said, what do you need? He said, he needs 20K. I said, no, wala. I'm busy now. I'm expecting a client. And I cannot tell my client that I'm not in the office. I said, so what I'm going to do, I will give you my ATM card and I will give you my password. He's a man I trust. So when I gave him, he knew I trusted him so much. He now gave it to a worker that we know in church. Took it, went to the ATM. I was in my office and I played, papa, 20,000. Papa, 20,000. Papa, 20,000. My head was like, bang, 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 bang. What? 20,000 going? They withdrew the money to 145,000. Why? Because I gave my wife 5,000 earlier. They would have done the 150. I was already foaming. I was hungry. What? 20K. So I now thought the man went. So when I went to his office, he said, no, he gave it to sister. I said, man of God. See, he was also shocked. He went to this money. I said, yes. What are you talking about? I said, wait, the money. Money gone. He said, no, we have to run. Then we started having sense that let's go to the bank. The Echo Bank is just opposite our building in Wuse 2. By the time we got to Echo Bank, the lady was not there. She was going to the office. So I just walked into Echo Bank and said, please, I saw this transaction. When they checked, they didn't withdraw the money here. They withdrew it from my tama. But this transaction is just 20 minutes. How can somebody go from here to my tama? Can you block the account? They did. When the lady came, she said she didn't even know what happened. The ATM she came back with is not my own. They've collected the ATM from her, I guess, because I trust her. She came with her. He said the past thing when she was putting it is not working. I said, what kind of style is this? And I must not tell yours truly. If I tell my wife, that's the end. That we just celebrated $1 million together. In the afternoon, you are not bringing bad news. I will not accept this your bad news. The person must pay back. I was not so very happy with it. Not so very happy. Then the matter escalated to church, to pastor. The other man has said, Prof, you know what we're going to do? We're going to call the police. I said, yes, we're going to call the police. They must investigate this matter. You want to spoil my joy? The joy that I just started this morning. You want to spoil it this afternoon? It's not going to work. I will not agree. He said, I said, yes, we are going to call the police. They have to investigate and find out the nitty-gritty of this matter. The lady was already, my destiny, my career, everything. I said, how much will police collect? They said, if you give them 50K. I said, don't worry, I'm willing to even give 50K to get my money back. The pastor said, okay, go and pray. I said, pastor, to pray over money that is missing. He said, you know what? I don't have the money. If I have it, I would have given you. I said, no. If you give me the money, you know I will not collect. I want my home money with the number. Inside that money, I want it. The man said, don't worry. And in the evening, the next day, I was to go to Ibadan to go and speak in an assembly. So I traveled. The pain of the money was in one side. So I left the pain there. Travel. I went there, minister. People were happy. I could see, I said, glory to God. When I got to my room, the reality came back. Where is my 145,000? I called my eldest brother. He's a pastor. He said, but this is your church member. I said, yes. He said, but you know what has happened is bad. I said, I know. He said, what? You know what? Go and pray. I said, bro, so you are falling my hand. Oh. My pastor said, pray. I don't even think I want to talk to any pastor again. Let me talk to God directly. So I pray. I said, God, what do I do? He said, do you want wealth? I said, I do. You have taught people wealth, but you have not been able to show it. I want to make you an example. I just want to mess you up. I said, this one sound like shaking, you know. In my heart, doesn't mean I will not collect that money. I was changing my mind, even in my place of prayer, by myself. I just want my money. When we have wealth, but this money first, even if I have money, is that somebody will just come and wire my money away? I heard, just forgive. You know, that kind of forgiveness is painful. Very painful. So I couldn't pray again. I couldn't sleep. My head just hot inside AC. Because this is more than 10%. I've given tithes. All the money that came to that, I paid the tithe. And Bible promised me that devourer will not enter. Where did this one enter? I tithed down. As if God had planned with pastor, the two of them. The next morning, guess who called me for? Pastor. He said, yeah, Paul. So what's the update? Have you prayed? I said, it's like I prayed, though. What's the response? I said, for 3 reasons. For 3 reasons, Pastor. I will forget about this money. And I'm saying this reluctantly. He said, what are the reasons? He said, number 1, because of you. Because I know there is no way I tell people that the church will not be, and they say, who is the pastor? He's not teaching that person well. I said, number 2, because of our church, we are very small, that small church. I said, number 3, because of the body of Christ. Because they say, those Christians, that's how they do. Pastor shouted, why are you breaking alabaster box? Why are you breaking alabaster box? Do you know what you are saying? I said, I don't know. I said, is it not my own money? Why are you the one shouting for my money? It is my money, Pastor, now, not your money. You are saying I broke alabaster box on top of my money. I don't understand. He said, what you did, you just broke alabaster box at the feet of Jesus. You just gave him all that was missing, that you left it for him. He said, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. 3 months' time, I give you 90 days. If God called me, you will see what you have never seen before. I said, Pastor, no, they play with me. Oh. He said, why? I said, because I will record it. He said it again. So I didn't tell anybody. So I told him, please, don't tell my wife. Or if you tell my wife, that lady will bring the money back home. He said, by the time your wife will know, she will tell you that, oh, because it will become so small, so negligible, that you can even call the lady and help her. Do you know that when I returned to Abuja, something started happening? I sat in my office and I would see someone say, I want to write a business plan. 100K. The next day, I want to do marketing research. 200K. The next day, nobody will come. The 4th day, somebody else will come. I want to do something analysis. 500K. For the next 5 days, nobody will come. An average exact of 100,000 per day. When it got to the 15th day, I went to pastor. I said, Pastor, there is a problem here. In case somebody is doing something behind. Because I don't understand again. He said, what is happening? I said, I will just sit in my office, JJ. People will bring job. Even the one I promised 2 weeks. It's almost 2 weeks today now. The person did not even call me back for the work. And I've engaged my people. I'm employing more people. But the pressure is becoming more. And they are all paying in advance. This is not that they will pay later. They will pay in advance. He said, they are doing what? I said, they are Honey. Pastor forgot our discussion. Even me, I forgot our discussion. I said, don't worry. Maybe it's because of the fasting and prayer I've added. So I missed the fast. The day I missed the fast, somebody brought ₦1 million. The day I missed the fast, too, I said there is a problem here. So I was afraid to spend money that was given to me. Do you know on the 90th day, somebody brought a job that was ₦10 million for me. My pastor is a witness. Yes, sir. ₦10 million. What am I saying? You see, to access wealth that is godly, there are principles of God that we must follow. One of them is forgiveness. One of them is forgiveness. You will say, what's the relationship between wealth and forgiveness? There are sets of instructions that we need to follow. I went to somewhere, myself and a friend. Like I said earlier, this is another scenario. Myself and that same friend, we went to a place to speak in Port Harcourt. He invited me as an anger. So I followed him. When we got there, so after I spoke with them, they wanted to start a microfinance bank. No problems, let's go ahead. I can help you. I gave them the bill, registering with Central Bank. So I told them what the money was. So the pastor asked if they should give me the money or they should give me. I said, no, give him. He's the one that you know. He's the one that knows me. So they gave him the money. I was in Otukpo when the pastor called me that, Paul, I've sent that money to that, my friend, though. I believe he will send it to you. The friend did not call me. 2 days, he did not call me. 3 days, he did not call me. When I got to Abuja, the friend showed me, look at my car! Beautiful car! So when I said, oh, congratulations, this is a lovely car. He said, by the way, that money has been paid, though. So I just said I should use it to buy car quickly. Then, when I use it to buy car, you know, I will make some money, I will pay you, but it's not urgent now. I was hungry. I said, no. I have to call this man. This man doesn't have integrity. This man is shameless. I was so angry. And I thought my anger was a legitimate anger. So I spoke with a friend. He said, friend, be calming down. What's your point? He said, he has spent the money. I said, he now brought a car. He said, now, you need to be truthful to yourself. Are you pained because he bought a car, or are you pained because he spent the money? I said, it's true. What he does with the money is not my business. My business is about the what? The money. He said, so because I'm seeing that you are not happy with him, and your prosperity only thrives on joy. He said, with joy, you withdraw from the wealth of what? With joy. You are not happy with him. I said, but do you expect me to be happy with him? Or does he expect me to be happy with him? I said, my friend, let's agree on something. I am not going to, because I was supposed to go and do a research in the location they want to use before I start the registration. My friend said, you will do the job. I said, I don't understand. He said, no, you will go and you will do the job. I said, it's not possible. He said, but you will do the job now. He will even buy your ticket. I said, what is wrong with my friend? Wait, are we playing here? He said, no. He said, that guy has spent the money. The client does not want to know. The client asks you, should he pay you or should he pay him? You said they should pay him because he's the one that brought you. I said, but was I wrong? He said, you are wrong. It means that you are also willing to bear the risk if he diverts the money. Now he has diverted it. So you have to go. That thing paid me. So I went to Port Harcourt. I did not allow the man to know that the money he said already had accidents. I started the work. I started the research. As I was working, in the evening, the first day, they said, when I was leaving, I've collected all my data. So I now told him, sir, I will be leaving tomorrow. He said, before I leave tomorrow, before you leave tomorrow, I need to introduce you to someone. I said, who is that? He said, well, you might have known him already because he lives in Abuja. I said, who? He's the Senate president. He's my friend. I said, he said what? He said he's the Senate president. I said, even before I told you, I already sent your number to him. So just send him a text on your way out. So I said, I will be expecting you in my house. Do you know, I forgot that my friend did not pay. See, my friend not paying was a way for the devil to stop me from meeting someone. And it was right for me to be hungry and not go. Very right. But I met another friend who at that time had wisdom. I was carrying knowledge. He did not pay me. I will not do it. After all, before the court of law, I'm right. Am I not? But that's not wisdom. That's not wisdom. I met the Senate president. And everything changed. I won't tell you the detail. I'm not sure we can accept the details. I'm not sure. By a disappointment that I'm not supposed to go. Do you know that weeks after, the man knew that the money he sent to me did not get to me? How he knew, I did not know. Because his friend, the Senate president, mentioned it to me. That by the way, my friend sent you money to do something, even though they said one of your funny friends took the money away. But it's impressive that you still did the job. Imagine if I've used my village head. My head from the village. And you know that head is correct, but it's not the mind that is in Christ. Let the same mind be in you, which is also in Christ. So I ask, the path of wealth is death. Do you now see it? Very dirty. So you must be a forgiving being. You know why? I've said all of this to make just one point. Can God trust you with his wealth? The earth is the Lord and the what? So when he gives you, sir, will you not say that somebody that refused to greet you 13 days ago is now here, is now coming here to beg you for money? Let me tell you a story, a bit of story of my life. When my father died, we were living in his aunt's house. They came one day, one Sunday morning, when I want to go and play drum set in church. I was prepared to go and play drum set, Calypso. We had done rehearsal on Saturday. On Sunday, just for me to go and play drum set in church, I saw my father's hand with some FT guys. They were just throwing our load from upstairs down. Leave this house. Leave this house. What's going on here? What's going on here? And I'm the only boy around. Other ones have gone to school. Myself and my sister. The embarrassment was much. My sister had first-time experience. Some years back, my sister called me. He said, Aburo, where are you? I said, I'm in Abuja. He said, come. You have to come and see me. This matter is not a photo. Come. I said, what happened? He said, I want you to help. You know, I've never asked you for anything before. I want you to help me for one thing. I said, you could have told me now. What would you ask me that I will not do for you? He said, you see that house? I heard those people are broke. I want you to buy it and use it for poultry. I said, I said, sister, this matter happened more than 20 years ago. You still carrying this person? I say, that money paid me. I say, 1996. Is he paying you now? I don't understand. Oh no, 98. 2 years after Papa passed. I say, is he paying you? Have you been able to pay for your own life? Have you said, no, I know this your church thing has entered your head. I know. You have the money. Okay, borrow me. I must put gold inside that house. I said, sister, the only way I can give you the money is that if you are going to dash them, to bring them out of their poverty, so that they will learn how not to treat people. That is what Bible taught us. So if God gives you wealth, will you be willing to help? Look at most, who are the biggest giver? We talk about Bill Gates. Who gives more than Bill Gates? He has his own ways. But you see, there are some principles in the Bible that cannot fail. As the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest shall not what? It shall not cease. It shall not fail. Do you give? Can you give? Somebody duped me of 50 million. Actually 75 million. In Abuja. 2017 or so. I think 2016. 50M. Cash. Gone. Somebody was even helping me to recover. I now did, I too know. A colonel was helping me. He said, he has never met me. I just went to him. My friend, a lady, military lady, introduced me to her boss. The man followed me to first CID, where the woman was. Colonel. So all the police respected themselves. He said, this money is my money. I gave it to Paul. True or false? I said, yes, sir. Put in your phone. Collected the phone. Look at the woman's balance. 30 million naira. Send money to him. The woman started begging. Oh God, let me send 25. The remaining 5, I will use it to hold myself. He said, a debtor don't have right to anything. You have duped people. You beat us in America. You did it. I now made a mistake. I said, Colonel, help her. That was the end. The man said, no problems. Follow her to bank, send the money. I went back there. The man was still seated. I just said, I collected the money. He said, no problems. I'm going. So I went to thank him the next day. That was my mistake. You mean you rubbish me in the presence of everybody? I was still trying to understand what I did wrongly. I said you should collect 30 million. You said you want to collect 25 million. Am I begging you for money? I said, no, sir. So why did you say you don't want 30 million? I said, I'm sorry. You can't be sorry. You don't need the money. I said, but yes, let's collect the rest. He said, no. If you can ignore 5 million, you can ignore 50 million. I said, sir, the money is a lot. Oh. He said, that's why you should ignore it a lot. Me that want to help you. Do I know you? Have I met you before? I said, no. Your friend introduced you to me to collect money. See, sometimes you will lose to gain. Anytime I remember the 50 million, I remember it from the place of joy. 50 million no cash, correct money, not fake. Oh. When money still get value. Gone! So here is it. Let's now align them because of time. My time is fast spent. Let's align all the thoughts that have been mentioned since morning. Number 1, find a viable sector. Find a viable sector. Find what? A viable sector. Maybe when we come back, I will tell us what to do. But I'm giving a broad scope now. Find a viable sector. That's number 1. Number 2, find skill and knowledge to compete in that sector. Find a viable sector. find skill and knowledge to compete in that sector. Number 3, have one right person. You see, this, my friend, you know that I was actually, if I'd parted way with my friend, you know, I would actually be ungrateful. Everybody was thinking like me. Nobody, I need you to think like my other friend that told me to go and do the job. You know, he said something that convinced me. He said, wait, you went to one church, you were not the speaker. They gave you 10 million. They gave the guy 200,000 honorarium. But they gave you 10 million. And that is, now you tell me, oh, that person that took you there, they didn't call him on Sunday. They called you on Sunday. This same man now still took you to Port Harcourt. You went and spoke. They did not respond to what he said. They responded to what you say. What you said. His own had no response. They did not respond to what he said. They responded to what you said. He said yes. They now sent money to him because you said they should send to him. They did not want to. They were going to send the money to you, but you said they should send to him. And he decided to say to himself. He said, bro, you are greedy. I said, why? He said, you are greedy now. That's your friend. Is he not the one that took you there? Even if you are hungry, you should calm. That's what he said. He first told me, he didn't say, can you let be calming down. So I listened to where he's coming from. Even though I was not totally convinced, but I saw some element of truth in what he was saying. So the first thing he told me, first of all, forgive him. So today we are friends. He said, first of all, forgive him. When you are forgiving him, go and do the job. And do as though nothing happened. Do the job 100%. If they give you extra cash, say something to him again. I said, this is your own Christianity. It deep small. But thank God for a friend that we know will tell us the truth at all times. So let me ask, who do you have? Like that's my friend, not the one that spoke with me, the friend that will always take you to the place of destiny. Even if they have bad attitude, it doesn't matter. For us, we only want to work with the righteous. It's a problem. There are righteous people too. But what is the limit? We want to work with perfect human being. It doesn't work like that. So, it is because I had a friend. You know, it is very easy for people to remove him from the story because of 1 or 2 mistakes he made. Do you understand, sir? But we forgot that he played the most critical role. The most critical role. People like that are called doors. Doors is a door. Till today, if I don't call him for a while, if he does not come, I will call him, I will carry myself to go and greet him. He asked me one day, why do you always come to me? Even when I've offended you many times. When I don't expect you, I say you don't understand. You don't understand. I wish you understand, but you cannot. There was a time I was calling him sir. He said, bro, why are you? I said, you don't understand, sir. Because there is something you have that I don't. What does he have that I don't? Connection. Access. He has it. He has deficiency in money management. I have strength in money management. But I did not have the connection he had. So